I like women with titties, all sizes and shapes. I like the flat ones. I like the ones that has a little more bump. I like the bigger ones that when you grab it with your hand, it fulls. It's your full hand. I like that. What I don't like, but it's just a preference of mine, is that I gotta use two hands to grab one titty. That's too many titties. I like to have one hand with one titty and the other hand with another titty, and that's a good amount of titty. But if I gotta go, that's too much titty. That's just my preference. Is because the thing is, I don't want to feel overwhelmed if I'm sucking your titty and your titty is bigger than my face. That's too much titty to suck. Then I gotta, like that's too much titty to suck. And also, I just feel like I like, to exercise with my partner. And the thing is, if I'm exercising with you, so the reason why I have that accent is because I'm French. And in America, we pronounce exercising. In France, which I lived there for about 4 years and a half, because I was on this is what happened. I was on a cruise ship, and COVID happened, and I was in Carnival Cruise Line, and we were in the peninsula of Paris. And when it happened, we were doing an excursion in Paris. And so we got out, and then we couldn't get back on. And then so I was just in Paris for 4 years, because of the COVID. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I have the accent of that whole thing was not true. That whole story was not true about Paris. I just accidentally had an accent, and I felt embarrassed, and I felt the need to make up a story. And you got the story. Congratulations. All right? So what I meant to say is that with my partner, I would like to exercise with them. And yes, big breasts women's also exercise. But the thing is, when they run, it's different than if a woman with flat chested run. If you look at the Olympics, 100 meters to 3 mile meters, the women, they most likely have what we call the flatland ground chest, which means flatland ground chest means they have 2 speed bumps and also a flatland on 2 sides of their chest cavities. And the reason why is because it is aerodynamic and it is efficient and energy saving, must I add, when you are exercising. But the physics of when you have what we call 2 palm breastises for one breast is now you have 4 palm breastises. If that's your size, then when you run, what happens is you bounce, and then the gravity is like, not right now, breast, and then you get what I mean. So it's just a lot of push and pull when it comes to running. And if there's a zombie apocalypse, I can't have my partner left behind just because of the breasts are too big. I don't want you to be like, help! My double D's are holding me back from running too fast from the zombie. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, oh my God, why can you run faster, Jason? My flat chest is letting me fly by. The zombies will never get me. And so I would like that. So I like the flat ones too. because it's aerodynamic, and I love an efficient breast, and I also like the medium sized breasts because the medium ones are just are normal. Not sorry, I don't mean to say normal. Every type of breast is normal. What I mean by is just socially in society, whatever the norm is. That's what I meant. Um, so yeah. What was my next thing direction I'm going with? It's about sexual preferences. Okay, so the sexual preferences I was thinking is that I love everybody of all sizes, shapes. It doesn't matter if you're a small person. It doesn't matter if you're 7 feet tall. I'm a straight man. I've kissed a man before in the lips a couple times, and I've touched other men's penis with my hands, and I don't feel repulsed by it, but I don't enjoy it. Okay, I'm really comfortable with my sexuality, but I am a straight person. I put my finger out my butt a couple times. I didn't like it, but I would like to try everything. The reason why I like to try everything one time is because if I never tried it, then how do I know that I don't like it? So if I put my finger up my ass the first time, if I don't like it, I'm going to do it again. Because what if I like it the second time? The second time I didn't like it, never did it again. Because what if the second time I liked it, and then that's what I'm going to do. Then guess what, everybody? I'm gay. Okay? But unfortunately, I'm not gay. I'm just a regular straight guy. And a lot of people have sexual preferences, and people think that it might be racist or it might be sexist because of your preference, and it's not. The thing is, you could not prefer a certain type of gender. Doesn't mean you're sexist. For example, I'm not gay. I kissed a man a couple of times, but that doesn't mean I like guys. I want to try to see if I like guys, but if I don't like guys, I want to kiss them to see if I don't like them or I do like them. And also some people go, oh, like when somebody asks another person, hey, what type of ethnic background type of person do you like more than others? They go, oh, I like the black peoples, or I like the Latinx peoples, or I like the Asians, the yellows, you know? But what you're saying is that you like the other race less. Do you know what I mean? Like I asked my friend who was black recently, and I was like, wait, what type of women do you like? He's like, fat white bitches. That's a little racist towards Asian and Latinx people. No, I'll take them too. Yeah, I know, but you didn't say Asians first. You didn't say Asian bitches first. You said fat white bitches. What does that mean, fat white bitches? Does that mean skinny Asian bitches is not good enough for you? No, it doesn't. It just means that you prefer the fat whites a little more is the thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's the same thing with any other race. So if I go, hey man, I prefer when you say you prefer one thing, you're saying you don't prefer the other thing. Not that you wouldn't like them. You just saying that you would like them. This is what it is. Okay, people get uncomfortable if they go, hey, I don't like my sexual preference is in Asian women, or my sexual preference is in Asian men. You don't have to. That's okay. That's just what turns your clit hard, or as they say, make your dick in an upright position. So if that doesn't make you horny, that's not your fault. It's just your sexual preference isn't racist, is the thing. So people get really sensitive sometimes, and they go, oh, but I don't really prefer, Latin men or Latin women as a sexual preference. They're like, oh, how could you? That's racist. How's that racist? They don't turn me on as much as Asian women or black women or white women. I'm not saying that's me. I would take a Latina any day. Look at my eyes. Twinkle, twinkle. Okay, was that a stroke or was that a wink? It's perspective. But that's my whole thing. It's just that people get really sensitive about like saying like, oh, I don't prefer this race or that race when it comes to sexual preferences. But it's like just normalize it. It's okay. You don't like this race or that race. Doesn't mean that you can't be friends with them. Doesn't mean you can't explore this race or that race, men or women, and then later on be in your favorite race. You could change your mind. Your preference could change as you grow. Before, I really liked drinking Coca-Cola. Now, I still like drinking Coca-Cola. So what does that mean? That means that before, I liked Lunchables. Now, I don't like Lunchables because my preference changed. Now, I like ice cream and other things. All right, that's a little random to say, but I'm just saying your preference could change is my whole point. It's just like your sexual preference. Caitlyn Jenner, for example, okay? She had a dick before because she now was a he. He liked pussy around his dick. He liked to put his dick in a pussy pond. What that means is that when a pussy is aroused, they have what we call the flow juice of the horny juices of the female anatomy. And he liked to put his hard cucumber inside a pussy pound. Bloop. He liked it. But now, 7-10 years ago, he said, you know what? I don't even like my own dick. So he said, chop it off, y'all. Or did he say that? I don't know. But he ended up liking men as a woman. He liked to be a woman herself. He changed his mind. And that's fine. It's just like a sexual preference of ethnic group. Normalize that shit. Hey, man, I don't like white people. I don't like black people when it comes to sexual preference. That doesn't mean I don't like them as a group of people. I don't like Asian people as an Asian person. I don't like them when it comes to a sexual preference. That's all right. That's all right. That doesn't mean you don't like the whole group of people as human beings. It's just what makes your dick from a sleepy, sloppy Joe to a tan hut is my thing. It's just so I'm just saying we should normalize whatever the preference is, and we don't have to keep shaming each other or feel sensitive when it comes to race. It's just your preference. It's just it's like food or color. Like people ask, "What's your favorite color?" and you go blue. Okay, then you don't like red as much? No. Why? You should love them equally. It's like, no, you just have your preference of color. It doesn't mean you can't like other colors. You also like other colors as well. It's just you don't like them as much as this color. But that doesn't mean you're racist when it comes to sexual preference. I don't hate the color green. But what's my favorite color? Not green. Choose your favorite color, not green first. What tickles your dick and make it feel some sort of way and makes your dick head expand like this? Ooh, ooh, a little bit. Not green. Not green. Okay? But that doesn't mean I hate green. It doesn't mean that green shouldn't have equal rights and equal respect in the society. Hey, she likes green more. She likes green more. Awesome. But don't shame green. It's like, I'm not like, hey, I hate green. I would never want green. It's like, no, I respect green just as much. I like the color red. But I just like red more because that's just what my body and my soul tells me. I like red more. That's all. Just a little bit more. So you could decide from what I just said right now into a portfolio and then see what I just said. Jay said, you're racist. Or am I? So I'm just saying that we should all give each other the benefit of the doubt. Maybe whatever people say, maybe we should interpret it as face value. Maybe there's a deeper thing in it. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, those are my sexual. And you know what? What other sexual purpose? It's like some people are like, "Are you a butt man, or are you a titty man?" What if I'm an elbow man? That doesn't mean titty is less respected in other people's eyes. What if I'm like a belly button man? What if I'm like a heel man? What if I need your heel to be super rounded and your elbows to be super rough? What if I like rough elbows? What if I like you touch my dick with two of your elbows? And I go, oh, fuck. That feels so good. What if I like that? Do you know what I mean? That doesn't mean I'm a buttist. Doesn't mean I hate the butts. It's like I also like the butts. So my point is that you have a preference for everything. This is another thing. Just because you prefer it doesn't mean you never try to have another preference. Okay, and my preference is this. If you have BO, I don't like it. That's just me. A lot of people, scent is a huge thing for me. If I smell you and you smell like BO, not just the first time, second time, third time, most of the time you have BO and you shower and you still have BO and you put on deodorant and you still have BO, I can't. If your feet smell like fungal mushrooms, I can't do it. If it's wet all the time, if your feet is wet all the time because it's sweaty all the time, that's just one of my preferences. Can I love a person who has sweaty feet all the time and it smells like fungal juice? Yeah, I could love a person. But just know that my dick was hard 6 feet away. But because I got close to you and I smell your foot juice, and now my dick is small now. Because I smell your foot juice. And that's not my fault. That's just my bodily reactions. Okay? So scent is a huge thing for me. That's all, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Don't leave yet. I'm just saying, if you think this is some stuff, you should share it with your friends. And thank you so much. I see y'all next time. All right. Bye-bye.